Hello and welcome back to Newsmin. It's the 29th of September and right now it's time for a quick StarCraft II news update. Let's talk dances. So while you may have seen your favorite pro players dance their units in StarCraft II to celebrate a hard-fought victory, soon Heart of the Swarm will add dance animations to a wider range of units. And to make that announcement even sweeter, fellow TGS member H to the ASCII Husky has had a first look at several of said animations in action. The WARHOUND, MULE, Oracle, STALKER and ROACH couldn't wait to show their sick moves off on the battlefield. Dancing, not fighting of course. I must also add that the WARHOUND's dance was a bittersweet one to watch, seeing that the unit is no longer with us. The video itself, while it is meant to show the dance moves off, is also being used to give a couple of Heart of the Swarm beta keys away, and has information on how you can get your special dance into the game. Interested? Of course you are. Check the video out right here on YouTube. Next up, Major League Gaming, the Korean Esports Association, and the International Esports Group have all joined forces to bring us a truly extraordinary esports tournament. The MLG vs Pro League Invitational. The MVP Invitational kicked off on Thursday, September the 27th, and has started pitting 48 of the world's finest StarCraft II players from North America, South Korea, and Europe against one another on the world stage. Flash, Fantasy, Bisu, Jaedong, Huck, Naniwa, MC, Crank, and more. Lots of good players. In the coming weeks, they'll be competing for an expenses-paid trip to compete at the MLG Fall Championship. The matches will be aired weekly, and you'll need an invitational pass to watch them. You can get one for $9.99 over at the MLG site. I've not seen any of the games played thus far, but I've heard only good things. Links below to everything you'd need. Now, after several months of silence, it's time for the Iron Squid 2. Well, not right now, but it was announced, so that's actually just as great. The tournament is slightly larger this time around and will feature 32 of the world's best StarCraft II players competing for a ridiculous amount of money. So, kind of like before, only better. The final 4 players will be invited to Paris to play in the finals in a prestigious venue that has not yet been revealed. Sounds good to me. The first qualifier is starting on the 13th of October and will be streamed over at ironsquid.tv. Read more below and get ready. Now our last big piece of news before heading into the smalls, something all the Total Biscuit fans out there probably already know. Jenna Intricacy Bane, along with a bit of help from her husband, Total Biscuit, and Husky StarCraft, has set up a brand new StarCraft II team by the name of Axiom eSports. The first confirmed player on the team is the ex-Slayers Protoss player Crank, who has kind of been on fire recently, and we've heard rumors and whispers of big things to come. And more players, too. Axiom has already set Crank up to play in many upcoming events, including the MLG vs Pro League Invitational, MLG Dallas, the IPL 5, and more. Super exciting stuff to be sure, and it's about time I had a team to root for above all others. If you want to hear or read all about the team behind the team, the motivation behind starting Axiom up, plans for sponsorship and the future, and everything else, the best place to look is probably the AMA that Jenna did recently on Reddit. Tons of information in there, well worth a read. Oh, and be sure to give TB, Jenna, Husky, and most of all Crank a big congrats. You can find all the team's relevant links below. If all of that wasn't enough, let's have a look at a couple of smalls. First up, read how Stefano took the title at the World Championship Series Europe Finals. Check some GSL updates out. The CODES Round of 8 is actually coming up on the 3rd of October. Exciting stuff. Read all about everything we can expect from the MLG fall season. There are a couple of IGN Pro League 5 and NASL 4 updates to have a look at. The Thor, StarCraft II and Dota 2 tournament has been announced with a prize pool of $87,000. The CSL Azubu Collegiate Champions League has also been announced, and it also has a huge prize pool. And lastly, TL Attack is back with new hosts and Sheth as the first guest. That's it for this episode. Remember to check the description below this video for everything that I spoke about and more. Like the video and all that other good stuff, and most importantly, happy Heart of the Swarm dancing. And happy StarCrafting. Happy that.